We are in Grand Turk, and I'm going to help you understand everything that there is to see and do here so that you can plan your vacation better. Some of the things I plan to talk about in this video is the pool area that's free and included. There's also 2 beach areas that are very different. There's also lots of shopping opportunities. There's Margaritaville, there's snorkeling available, there's a paid beach not too far away, there's a NASA exploration area, there's the beach whale, and there's lots of excursion. I'm going to help you understand if taking any of them is worth your time and money. So stay tuned, there is lots more to come. The first and one of the easiest things that you're going to have to do is just simply get off the ship. It's not a tender port, and the port is extremely short, so there's no need for a tuk-tuk or rickshaw to get you there to the beach. And as you are walking on the pier, you're going to look over to your right and your left, and you're going to see both beaches. I'm going to pan the camera around so that you can see exactly what the beach looks like. And that's a Carnival ship in the background. And I say Carnival ship because only Carnival comes here. This port was built by Carnival back in 2006 at the cost of $50 million. The first thing that you're going to have to do in order to get to anything is that you're going to have to walk through the duty-free shop, and this is what it looks like. And as you can see, there are lots of liquor and other things here that you can buy. As soon as you exit the duty-free area, this is the central plaza area. And looking around, this is what it looks like. And you may see some numbers on booths, so that if you have an excursion, that's where you go. If you have mobility issues, as you can see, it's very easy to get around. There are 2 beaches here at Grand Turk, and one of the great things is that the beaches are right here. You don't have to take a taxi or a bus or anything to get to it. You simply have to walk off the ship. The beaches, however, are very different. The first beach that we're at is called the North Beach, and if you walk out the ship, it's going to be to your left. Just to give you a little bit of perspective, I am here very early in the morning. There's hardly anyone here. That's not how it normally is. I'll show you what it looks like a little bit later on in the day. So right now it's a little dark, but as you can see, it's pretty empty. That's Margaritaville right there. That's the restaurant. And all these chairs right here are absolutely free. It's on a first come, first served basis. So it makes a lot of sense to get off the boat early so that you can get one of the chairs that's closest to the ocean. This is the free section of the beach. As you can see, there are lots of spaces. However, this place will fill up quickly, especially if there are 2 ships in port. The clamshells that you saw earlier, those are not free. Those come at a cost. They can accommodate up to 2 chairs, and they start at $65 for the entire day. The majority of people who come to Grand Turk prefer the beach on the left, which is also known as the North Beach. And the reason why they prefer it is because it has nice soft sand. While the south side, which is on the right, that has a very rocky beach area. And I'm going to show you that in just a little bit later on in the program. If you forgot your flotation device, that's not a problem. Carnival is more than happy to rent it for you. If you want a floating mat, that's going to set you back $10. A noodle is going to be $5. The section we're in right now is the public beach area, but we're walking towards the paid beach. And as you can see, they are right next to each other. And I'm going to show you the difference between the 2, and you can make the choice if it's worth it or not. The paid beach area is organized and set up by locals. If you don't want to pay and you just want to enjoy the water, you can go over there and do that. However, if you want a chair and an umbrella, they will sell you 2 chairs and an umbrella for $40 for the entire day. In addition to getting those things, you get discount drinks, and you also get free Wi-Fi. Now, if you look at the chairs right here, you can see they're in various stages of disrepair. However, they're functional. However, they are mismatched. The area is not quite pleasant. You can see in the back there was a storm that passed through recently, but I think it was like this even before the storm came. You're going to see a lot of junk and stuff behind you. However, the water in front of you in the beach is pristine. Also, another big draw to this area is that the water comes right up to the chairs. There's no barrier. If you go over to the Carnival sections, you will see that there is a rope that prevents you from going there. However, here, no rope, nothing preventing you from really just walking out and going right on to the beach. I spoke to several people who came into this area, and their number 1 reason for coming over here was the fact that there was no barrier between them and the water. Their opinion was, why am I paying to come to the Caribbean and have a rope separating me from the beach and the water? They wanted to be right up close into the water. Now, throughout the next couple of clips, I'm just going to be panning the camera around to kind of show you the condition of the back area. But the second biggest draw for people who came to this area was the fact that they had discounted drinks. Now, you may be asking, how discounted are the drinks? Well, for $5, you can have 2 alcoholic beverages. So that means if you get 3 or 4 drinks, you can pay for both your chairs plus the umbrella and have a little bit of money left over. Another reason why people came here is because they wanted to support the local folks in the area. They got to interact with people from the community, with natives, and they felt that this was their way of essentially giving back. Now, if you go over into the Carnival section, you'll see that it's nice and clean, it's pristine. However, if you buy a drink, you're looking at maybe $15 or $20. The food over here is also more expensive. In the paid area, the food is prepared by locals, so you get more local delicacies. And you may be wondering, no one's gonna take advantage of it. Well, you would be wrong. While I was there, I saw pretty much half the people who came off the ship went to the paid area because of all the reasons I said earlier. Now, one of the concerns I had was safety and security, and for the most part, that was not an issue at all. From the moment I walked off the ship, I saw uniformed security officers. While I was on the beach, I saw several more. And speaking to the people, none of them had safety and security as an issue because they were police officers or uniformed folks all around, so they felt extremely safe and they weren't being taken advantage of. As far as the water quality, it was a little murky because we had just got through a storm, so it's not as pristine as it normally is, but the sand is beautiful. It's a nice beach. It's not the best in Grand Turk. If you take an excursion and go elsewhere, the beaches are phenomenal, but this is a pretty good beach. What you're looking at right now is the pool area, and as you can see, it's pristine. There is really no one here, and that's because I was one of the first ones off the ship when I took these shots. But as the day goes on, this area fills up pretty nicely. If you're by the beach area, that's fairly quiet. All you hear is the ocean. However, if you're in the pool area, especially if you're by Margaritaville, there's a lot of music and activities that happen there. So if you want to be where the party's at or where the center activity is, you want to head closest to Margaritaville where they have the walk-up bar. Right next to the pool, you'll find poolside cabanas. In my opinion, they were relatively moderately priced. For an entire day, for a 6-hour period of time, you can rent one of these for as little as $130. If you look at how much cabanas cost at other locations, these are really pretty bargain priced. I'm going to pan the camera around so you can see what the area looks like. As you can see, it's quite green and lush. However, the grass is not real. Everything else is. The cabanas, in my opinion, again, are a good price. And right outside the cabanas, you have showers that are available. And it's a freshwater pool. And also there are no jacuzzis or whirlpools anywhere close by. Now, this is what the pool looks like with just one ship in port. So you can imagine if there are 2 ships here, it gets quite busy and full. As you can see, right next to Margaritaville, people are dancing. The music is a bit louder over here. So if you want a more quieter experience, definitely you want to stay away from the Margaritaville, which is, incidentally, the largest Margaritaville in the Caribbean. Now is as good a time as any to thank you for watching my channel. The best way that you can support me is by hitting the like button. It helps viewers just like you find my content, and it also helps my channel to grow and survive. At first, this area may seem a little confusing, but it really isn't. It's very simple. And if it is confusing, the good news is that there are maps scattered all throughout the plaza area to help you understand where you are and to help you figure out where you want to go. What we are walking towards right now is Margaritaville, which is the largest in the Caribbean. It is also the real only place that you can sit down and have something to eat. There are other eating spots. However, this is by far the largest. It has both places inside and outside on the patio and on the pool deck area where you can sit down and eat. It really is a pretty life-happening place. There was lots of music that was playing. As far as the music was good, the food tasted good, and the service was good. This is the south side of the island. As you can see, there's not nearly as many people around. Most of the chairs right here are just for viewing pleasure only. We're going to go down to the beach area so that you can get an idea of what it looks like. It does not have a large beach area. The other beach area stretches on for more than a mile, while this right here is very short, and it's also very rocky. You see the rocks right there, and as we look to the pier, there's rocks there, and beyond the pier there's also lots more rocks. So if you like to hear the ocean, if you want it to be nice and quiet and just have a peaceful, relaxing area, then this is the spot that you need to go. While you're on the south side, look for what's called the beach whale, and apparently whale watching in the Grand Turk seems to be a thing. The best time to do so is going to be January to early April. But as you look around, you'll see that there are tons of seating available. And the reason why is because if there are 2 ships in port, this area fills up quickly. I say all that to say this. If you show up there and there is another ship in port, you want to get off your vessel as soon as possible in order to secure a space somewhere. Outside of Margaritaville, the only place else that you can eat is going to be the Beach Whale Bar and Grill. They serve an assortment of food here. The best thing about this place is the scenery. It is absolutely breathtaking. Many years ago, NASA would send American astronauts into space, and they would come down somewhere in the area of Grand Turk, and they have commemorated this by this NASA exhibit. Now, something important for you to understand is that this is a Carnival cruise port. However, your Carnival cruise card will not work here, so all the food you have to pay for, and if you bought a drink and alcohol package on board the Carnival ship, it will not work here. It also, other Carnival sister ships will come here as well, and they also will not work. Usually when you're in a cruise port and there's no competition, the prices tend to be pretty high. However, I felt that the prices here were fairly reasonable. One of the sales deals that I saw and took advantage of was 3 for $25. You can have any combination of hats or t-shirts in multiples of 3 for $25, which in my opinion was very good. In addition to bargain shopping opportunities, there's also lots of expensive items here too as well. So it's really a mix of both worlds. Now, if you want to get connected to friends and family back home, unfortunately there's no universal free internet. However, some of the restaurants and shops located inside the cruise center offer free internet access. The next shots that you're going to see is of an island tour, and I strongly recommend you do it, especially in a golf cart or some type of off-terrain vehicle. You get to see the island up close. It is so very small, it's nearly impossible for you to get lost. It was one of the best excursions I have ever taken, is with a golf cart with my family of 6. We were driving around. It was absolutely wonderful. All that to say, I had a great time at Grand Turk. It wasn't the best beach right off the cruise port. However, there are lots of other things to do that really make this one of the better cruise stops. I love feeding the donkeys, which run wild, go into the lighthouse. There's so much stuff that made this a wonderful stop.